All right, good morning, everybody. Old Big Jim coming at y'all from the new and improved Barlow Brigade studio here, located in beautiful South Mississippi. Now, your Chamber of Commerce days. Today is not the day. It's rainy outside. It's dreary. It's hot. It's one of those fall days, but it's a good day because the Lord has blessed us, has allowed us to grasp a hold of another one of His days, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. And I got a little video here. It's going to be long and drawn out, but it's I've got I got a lot of stuff I got to talk about, guys. Over this past weekend, what a blessing! What a blessing! Y'all have no idea. And it all started when I got home from the first day of the Deep South Cutlery. I'm sorry, the Deep South Knife Club show, and I'm gonna drop some clips and stuff in here, and let y'all know what occurred, and show y'all what happened, and we'll take it from there. We'll try to get things get them in order, get them straightened out. Y'all know I'm not the best at all this editing and all that kind of stuff, but we're gonna try our best. We're gonna do the best we can, and with the blessings, I'll get it done. But first, I want to welcome each and every one of y'all into my home. I'm glad you're here. I'm gonna put this video together. It's probably about 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. I'm gonna try to get this. First, I got to go watch my church service, which I watch on YouTube every week, or Facebook, which I don't know which one it is. But I watch it, and I gotta get my blessings there, and then I'll put this video together and try to get it out to y'all after lunch sometime. But I want all y'all to know how blessed I am to have y'all as a member of the Barlow Brigade. Epic weekend, guys, and a lot of things happen, man, and that I can't explain, and I was able to scratch a knife off my Grail list, and I hate to call it a Grail list because these pocket knives are readily available. They're just not available in my price range. But some of the larger knife collectors in the Southeast were at the knife show, members of the knife club, and one of them blessed me with a purchase that I'm going to share with y'all. That's just okay. But first, I got a story I got to tell y'all, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a clip right after I clip off from this. I'm going to play y'all a clip or a little excerpt, photograph of what I found when I came home from the first day of the knife show, and I have no explanation. I mean, this is the second or third time this has happened to me, and I don't really know why, but I'll try to do my best to explain to y'all what happened, and maybe one of y'all can figure it out. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna insert that picture clip, whatever you want to call it, into the editing here, and then after that I'll come back and we'll start with me trying to tell y'all the story about the photograph or the picture that I'm going to share with y'all. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, we're back now. If you look at that photograph, you'll see that there's a box leaning up against the door of my house. And I don't understand this box. I've got to get something. Y'all, let me pause one more second. After I saw that box sitting on the steps of my going into my house, I looked over there, and of course I immediately recognized the name that was on the box. And the reason I recognized the name was because last Wednesday I was at Brother Rex's, and of course we met up. And when I meet, I always carry my I call this my field lodger, whatever you want to call it. But I flipped over in there, and of course we talked about several things, and one of them was Brother Frog got a question about some things he's going to bring us to Ellaville, and then we went over a couple of lots that Brother Rex wanted me to sell. And then right here it says Elite Hood, Jungle website, Amazon, and the price $50. And I wrote that down so I would know what to buy, because he showed me his microphone stand, and I thought it was, a wonderful find. So and exactly what I was looking for. So when I took that picture, I immediately walked in the house, and by the time I'd gone to Walmart and a couple other places, and by the time I got home and saw the package, so I immediately called Brother Rex, and of course I love Brother Rex to death, but he's he's one of them old school preachers from the hills up there in the foothills up there, and I don't really know Arkansas. I don't really know which state it is, but he's just a fine fella and a fine preacher. And I asked him, I said, Brother Rex, you didn't have to buy me a microphone stand. And he looked at me, he said, oh, you got a microphone stand? And I said, yes, sir, there was one leaning against my door when I got home. And I said, but you didn't have to do that. And he goes, oh, you got a microphone stand? And once again, I said, Brother Rex, you didn't have to do that. And he looked at me and he said, well, who said I did it? And I said, well, no, the only people that even know about our conversation is me and you and your wife. And of course, I shared with my viewers that I found the stand that I needed. I said, well, if you didn't send it, who sent it? And once again, Brother Rex goes, oh, you got a microphone stand. So at that point, I knew that it was a futile effort to try to discuss the microphone stand with Brother Rex anymore, because he wasn't giving nothing up. And I appreciate that. But now the question in my mind is, if he didn't send it, or his wife didn't send it, none of y'all knew the name of it, so y'all couldn't have sent it. So there is I don't want to say there was a conspiracy involved, but I'm going to say it. There must have been some kind of conspiracy involved, because I don't understand. Okay, so I brought the thing in, I unpacked it, put it together, and it is everything. And as a matter of fact, we're on it right now, okay? The stand is holding the camera. I got both hands free, and there's nothing underneath the camera to keep me from moving around and showing y'all this beautiful Ronson cigarette lighter that I've been toting for a minute. It's just a great cigarette lighter. I know some of y'all don't agree with smoking cigarettes, and I agree with that completely myself. But anyway, I'm going to show one more photograph, and it's going to be of the microphone stand assembled and sitting where it's sitting right now. Of course, the phone's not in it because I had to take the picture with the phone. But just to give y'all an update as to what I'm dealing with and how I'm doing this. Now, all this is new. This thing has all the adjustments. I can go up and down and right and left. I can do vertical. I can do parallel. I can do this. And I guess y'all will see old Amarillo Slim back there. Since I'm doing a Sunday Funday, brother, well, my brother from the other mother. Let me get that back in there for y'all. I'm going old school again. Y'all know I like that old school. HT, living that knife life. Well, this morning he showed his birth year whaler. Now mine is a 77. His is a 74. But I traded. I got a new guy that I trade with, and I traded for that whaler. It's a user. It's not pristine. You can see the tip on it there is a little worn, but it's a user. And that's what I buy, guys. I like users. They're good things. Now there's 2 pocket knives sitting here on the in view here that are brand new, and then there's one knife that's not brand new. And well, we'll go ahead and go over them. Now this knife right here is a Schrade X-Timer. It is a 2004, I think, 2000 something in there. But anyway, it's USA made. It is a 50 XT. Now they make a 60, but it has a different blade. And this is made by Schrade in the USA. It's a USA folded hunter. It was their attempt at the end, Schrade's attempt to get into the modern type knife. They made a whole bunch of these X-Timers. Just a great pocket knife. Now I had this knife, but it had gone to collector's heaven, where it was being held, and by Brother Rex. Brother Rex was grateful enough that he loaned me. I guess I pawned it to him, but he allowed me to buy it back this past week, and just a great addition to any folded hunter collection. Yeah, I can't expew how glad I am to get that one back into the fold. Okay, now the other one, and I'm not going to go over it too much. That's a Marbles from the Woodland series, marble, brand new, in the box. I put a thumb stud on it, that kind of stuff. And then the one in the middle, and it's sitting on a ham bones blades, one of those things they do with one of those printers. Now a lot of times you see these people on Facebook and YouTube and all that, and they're bigger than life to me. Of course, I'm an old man, I'm gullible, all that kind of stuff. But I got a chance to put the face and the hand and the hug on Brother Hambone. And Dana finer feller. I'm just telling you guys, there ain't a finer feller out there than Hambone Blades, okay? He's a bladesmith, just a great person. And yesterday morning, the final day of the blade show, I get out, I pull up to the thing, and he's out there trying to help another blade maker. They were setting up one of those canopy tents where they were going to do, or one of them was going to do some smithing. And of course, about that time, Brother Rex pulled up, and it was Brother Rex's birthday. Of course, I've been sitting there jamming. I had the music wide open in my Suburban, sitting there doing what old Big Jim does. But when Brother Rex pulled up, I broke out there, crippled. I'm leaning up against my truck, and I started singing happy birthday to him and trying to dance the Macarena and all that. And I looked over there at him, but he was busted up, man. He didn't really know how to handle the old man at that point. And that's fine. I don't think anybody really knows how. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a picture of the camera stand set up, and then I'm going to come back and share with y'all the Grail, and I hate to use that, but I have a list of knives that I want to get, and I was able to finish one of them. I was able to check one. I got a couple of more in there I want to get at, but before I do, this blade right here, this is a 60T, the Bearhead Folded Hunter. That's in stainless steel. And that was gifted to me by Brother Chuck, Briar Patch Blades. Now, I know some of y'all will remember him. If you know about potted meat and pickups and pocket knives, then you know. I know you know. Anyway, just a beautiful gift, man. We made a couple of trades. we gifted each other a few knives, and him and his beautiful wife drove up from down there in the edge of the swamp, and they ain't a finer feller. They ain't a finer feller in the southern part of the United States than Brother Chuck Smith at Briar Patch Blades. And if you're on Instagram, I insist that you go over there and check him out and give him a like or subscribe, an attaboy, and a pat on the back. All right, I'm going to share with y'all the picture of this stand, which I still don't know where it came from. Whoever gave it to me, whoever sent it to me, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is truly a blessing, and it was received that way. So I'm going to share with y'all that picture, and then we'll come back one last time, and I will share with y'all my grill knife, for lack of a better... how about one of my knives on my wish list? How about that? I have a wish list of... Right now, it's got 3 knives on it, and slowly I will get these knives, and this one is truly a banger. All right, guys. Well, there's the picture. So y'all know what we're working with now, and I once again I don't know where this came from, but it is truly a blessing. And when I show y'all this knife, you'll understand why it is so important to have a piece of equipment like this in my arsenal to provide the kind of content that I think the Barlow Brigade deserves. So the knife I'm talking about, now when I got to the show, there's a seller there. His name on most of the Facebook and auctions around the country, he's known as Malley. His first name is Mark Malley. I didn't have a picture of him, but those of you out there that know, you know. And when I first got there that morning and made my first initial walk around the show, I looked down and he had no more than, he must have had 8, 9, maybe 10 of the particular knife that I told him that if he had a user that I would be interested in it. And he pulled one out and he said, this is the only real user I got. And he said, I'll take X amount of dollars for it. And I said, okay, if it's still here at the end of the show, I will buy it. So when I got to the point to where I had enough money to buy the knife, I walked down there to his table and I looked down and it wasn't there. And so I said, well, I guess you sold that user, huh? And he said, oh, no. And he reached down and had put it back for me, which I thought showed amazing character and just unbelievable. I pulled out the cash that he said he wanted for it. And for y'all that collect case knives, for those of y'all that know, you know that this is not a cheap date. And what I'm talking about is case rail splitter. Now, you can see it's got a pin crack. Most of them do. A pristine one like this without a pin crack is probably north of $200. See, it's got a little scar right there. Got a couple little scars right there. Now I did go over this with some 2500, but really all I was doing was making it smooth and making it pretty. I polished it. I cone fingered it. I've done everything. I've gave it all the love that the Barlow Brigade can give it. Got the good old pawpaw tiner on the back springs. But what really makes this just unbelievably, in my opinion, now the blade, I would call those blades 70%, and it's sharper than you can imagine. But those of you that know, okay, this is a case XX, and it is a 1940 to 1964 case rail splitter. I got a little scar right there. And I wasn't trying to. I could have got those out. I mean, I could have went to some 400 and got her polished on up there and all. But I'm not. I mean, this is gonna go in my pocket, guys. I bought this to be it is a user. I bought it to be a user, but just an outstanding pocket knife. Everything about it. We get that pattern number in there for y'all. It's a little hard to see, but it says 32.99.5. Now, if y'all watched Brother HT's video this morning, you know that whaler, which is a rope knife, is a 99. Okay, that's the pattern number. The 99.5 is the rail splitter. Okay. Now, but this knife was not without issues. And for those of you that know, here you go. All right. There ain't no snap. There ain't no snap. Queen, I mean, I agree. Queen is the king of the snaps. But old pen blade's been used. And y'all know, Big Jim calls that the sexy pen blade. I like that long pen blade. But this thing's sharp. Lord have mercy. See what it sounds like in going this way. Y'all already know. But see, this pen, I mean, the pen blade was proud. So if you ran your finger down the well of the knife right there, it would catch on this pen blade. So I had to go in there and adjust the kick. Y'all can see, if I can get it in there, you can see how it's got a high. That's where I put it on a 2,000, I mean on a 1,000, a used 1,000 belt, and worked on that kick until I got it to where it was not proud and it wouldn't catch your finger. Because some of these knives, you can put your hand in your pocket sometimes, cut your finger pretty good. And I ain't gonna do that. I don't want to get cut no more than I already get. But anyway, guys, there you go. Grail, wish list, whatever you want to call it. I wanted a user. I got a user. The money exchanged hands. And it's part of my collection now. I'll let my son and my daughter proud. Look at that, how shiny. Boy, that thing. And that's the Lord's color. What a knife to be showing on the Lord's day. Okay, and the Lord has blessed me. And if y'all that know, these shields are pinned. They're not glued in. Those are pinned in shields. But just a beautiful pocket knife, guys. All right, guys. There you go. Old Big Jim was able to knock one off his list. Y'all probably gonna get tired of looking at it, but that's gonna be one that's gonna show up a whole lot. All right, guys. Every one of y'all need to know that how blessed I am to have y'all to be a part of the Barlow Brigade. I want all of y'all to know that you need to keep a Band-Aid. Okay? Keep a Band-Aid handy. It's not hard. It's not hard to remember. Keep a Band-Aid handy. Also remember that Jesus Christ is the Lord of my life. That means don't stop here, devil, because Big Jim ain't listening. And always carry a sharp knife. Rule number 9.